Have you ever wondered why certain things impress us, while others leave us indifferent? From a young age, society conditions people to admire certain achievements or traits in people. Often, what everyone is impressed by is either a facade or not as remarkable as they are led to believe. However, Sigma males, a unique and rare group of men within the social hierarchy, have a different perspective. They aren't easily swayed or impressed by many things that captivate the average person. Their standards and values are distinct, leading them to view the world and its so-called impressive feats through a different lens. In this video, I'll be discussing 7 things Sigma males aren't impressed by. Number 1. People who drive nice cars. Sigma males are not the type to be impressed by people who drive fancy cars. They realize that a lot of the time, people driving these high-end cars are trying to create a certain image or impression. Sigmas understand that many of these individuals are stretching their budgets just to have a nice car, often paying expensive monthly payments. To a Sigma, this isn't a sign of real wealth or success. It's more about appearances. They know that true success and wealth are about more than just what you can show off to the world. Sigmas value substance over style, and they respect people who make smart, practical decisions, not those who spend beyond their means just to look successful. They're more likely to admire someone for their achievements, character, and intelligence rather than the type of car they drive. For Sigmas, impressing others with material possessions isn't important. What matters more to them is genuine success and living within one's means while making intelligent financial decisions rather than creating an illusion of wealth. Number 2. How much alcohol someone can drink. There are people who brag about how much they can drink and sometimes even mock others for having a lower tolerance. To Sigma males, this behavior is not only unimpressive, but it's also seen as foolish. They view alcohol as something that should be consumed responsibly, not as a measure of strength or status. When someone takes pride in how much alcohol they can consume, referring to it almost like a competition or a badge of honor, Sigmas see this as a poor judgment. They consider excessive drinking and boasting about it as glorifying the consumption of something that can be harmful or poisonous in large amounts. To them, it's more important to have self-control and respect for one's health than to try to impress others with how much one can drink. Sigma men value intelligence, self-discipline, and responsible behavior, and they find no merit in behaviors that go against these principles. Number 3. People who did well in school. Sigma males have a surprising perspective when it comes to academic achievement and education. They aren't particularly impressed by people who have done exceptionally well in school or earned advanced degrees. This doesn't mean they don't respect the hard work, dedication, and intelligence it takes to excel academically. Rather, Sigmas just aren't wowed by success that follows the traditional, well-established path of formal education. While Sigmas value learning and education, they are critical of the traditional school system and believe it's not the only path to success. They see flaws in the education system, especially the notion that everyone must go to college to be successful. This belief, they think, leads many students to accumulate massive student loan debt unnecessarily. Sigmas are more impressed by individuals who have carved their own paths, achieving success without relying on a formal degree or following the conventional route. They admire those who think outside the box, take risks, and succeed through unconventional means. To them, success is more about innovation, creativity, and real-world problem-solving than it is about academic accolades or degrees. This viewpoint reflects the Sigma male's value of individualism and self-made success. Number 4. Men who brag about how many girls they get. Sigma males are not at all impressed by those who feel the need to boast about their romantic conquests. To them, men who constantly talk about how successful they are with women actually come off as insecure and desperate for validation. Sigmas believe that true charm and success don't need to be announced or flaunted. They see more value in men who are quietly confident and respectful in their interactions with women. For Sigmas, there's nothing classy or admirable about sharing personal details of romantic encounters just to seem cool or desirable. Instead, they respect men who can be successful and charming without making a show of it. To them, a truly successful man in the realm of romance is someone who acts with integrity and doesn't need to seek approval or applause from others for his relationships or interactions. Sigmas admire discretion and humility, rather than loud and attention-seeking behavior in matters of romance and personal relationships. Number 5. How much money someone has. Sigma males don't get impressed just by knowing someone has a lot of money. For them, it's not about the amount of money someone has, but rather how they got it. If someone simply received their wealth as a handout, maybe they inherited it or got lucky in some other way, Sigmas don't see that as particularly admirable or impressive. They don't have much respect for wealth that wasn't earned through personal effort. On the other hand, if someone has made their money through hard work, determination, and creativity, that's a different story. Sigma men admire people who have worked their way up, who have used their skills, intelligence, and creativity to build their wealth. They respect the journey, the struggles, and the innovation that goes into earning wealth from the ground up. For Sigmas, the true value in wealth lies in the story behind it, the dedication, the challenges overcome, and the smart decisions made along the way. It's about the character and the journey, not just the end result. Number 6. People's social media presence. In today's world, a lot of people tend to judge someone's worth or the validity of their opinions based on how many followers they have on social media or how many likes they get on their posts. However, Sigmas see things differently. They are not at all impressed by the number of followers or likes someone has on the internet. Sigmas understand that a lot of what happens on social media isn't real. They know that many social media influencers are just putting on a show, creating a perfect image of their lives that isn't true to reality. They're aware that these influencers often fake it till they make it, crafting a facade that many people unfortunately buy into and believe. Sigma men realize that a large number of followers doesn't necessarily mean that someone is valuable, authentic, or even that their opinions are well-founded. They know that these numbers can be influenced by many superficial factors that have nothing to do with a person's real abilities, character, or value. Number 7. Name-dropping. Many people think it's really impressive to mention famous or high-status people they know, a habit often referred to as name-dropping. They believe that by telling others about the well-known or influential people they hang out with, it will make them seem more important or cool. However, Sigmas don't see it that way. They are not impressed by those who name-drop. To Sigmas, people who constantly mention famous or influential individuals they know are actually revealing their own lack of status. Sigma men view name-dropping as a sign that someone is trying to use others' status to boost their own image. They see it as a kind of borrowing of fame or importance, which to them seems like a sign of insecurity. They believe that a person's own actions, character, and achievements are what truly matter, not who they are associated with. They respect individuals who are confident in their own worth and don't feel the need to brag about their connections to feel valued or respected. To them, constantly dropping names of well-known people is a sign that someone is trying too hard to impress others, rather than being genuine and comfortable with who they are. Do you agree with the points I made in this video? Let me know in the comments. For more videos on Sigma males, check out some other videos on this channel. Thank you for watching. For those looking to achieve greatness, like the video and subscribe for more. Click here to see 7 ways Sigma males show that they are dangerous.